Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my review of the Peak TAICHI 2.0. So this shoe is going for only 105 bucks, and this is the new iteration of the Peak TAICHI. So the Peak TAICHI was one of my favorite shoes. Actually, I wear this shoe all the time, you know, when I'm walking my dogs, when I just go out to like walk or hike with my girl. This is literally the shoe that I pick because it's so damn comfortable, right? So the main feature for me is the cushioning setup, which is literally just Peak TAICHI, and it's so soft. It's so squishy and I absolutely love it. So this shoe is going for only like 70 to 80 bucks right now on Famuji. And of course the 2.0 is a fairly new shoe, so this is going for 105 bucks. If you guys do want to get either of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box, but let's get it started off with the traction. So for the TAICHI 2.0, so there's a good amount of holes here in the outsole, probably to reduce the weight of the shoe. And I guess as far as the overall tread goes, we got some, I guess, ovals. The rubber, it seems pretty hard, and the grooves are fairly deep, but as far as the overall surface area goes, it's not a large surface area that's in contact with the ground, so I don't think the durability is going to be that good. And here in the heel, we got a Peak logo, and then the actual outsole is filled in because right here is a high wear area, and they probably didn't want this part to wear out that fast. And then above the outsole, we can see the actual like torsion support system. It's this like X-bar kind of system. It kind of reminds me of like Adidas, where if you look at the Crazy Explosive, they have that like that 8 pattern, you know, with the translucent outsole. That's what it kind of reminds me of, and it's basically for torsional support. And then moving on to the heel to toe transition, it's super smooth. You guys can see the shape of the actual outsole, and you have a nice curved shape here in the heel as well as in the forefoot, so it feels super smooth, and you have a crazy amount of heel compression, guys. So moving on to the cushioning setup, they're using Peak TAICHI, and it's one of my favorite cushioning setups for I guess like casual use, right? So in the basketball shoe, like in the Lou Williams basketball shoe, I feel like it was a little too soft, you know, and it wasn't as responsive as I would like it. But just for casual use, I guess running too. I'm not really a serious runner, so I guess my advice isn't valid as much. But you know, I do run this sometimes, you know, just to be in shape, and it feels great. You know, I would say it's a little bit too soft, and just for my taste, but it's very, very comfortable. There's a lot of compression, and when you put pressure onto the cushion, it stiffens up and gets a little bit bouncier. I would not say it's as bouncy as, you know, like React or obviously Zoom or something like that, but it gets a little bit bouncier, and I would say it's bouncier than Boost, which is a good thing, you know? So the 2.0, they literally took the 1.0 and put it on steroids, guys. So the heel, you guys see how thick the heel is? And it's not even like it's coming up as a sidewall or something. It's literally how thick the heel cushioning is. And if you guys see the difference, look at that. I mean, I guess the 1.0 is still kind of thick, but you do have a little bit of cage with this external TPU heel counter, right? And cages the sides of the cushion. But in the 2.0, there's absolutely no cage. It's insane. There's a crazy amount of compression. And like, I was wearing this, right? And I'll be wearing this and then walking around in it, you know, go outside, walk the dogs, and be like, oh, this is super comfortable. And I go back to wearing this shoe or like my Epic Reacts or something, Ultra Boost, and be like, yo, this is super stiff, you know? Or it's not super stiff, but it just doesn't feel as nice and as soft as the 2.0. So I absolutely love the cushioning setup. I mean, I did run in. I definitely feel like it's way too soft. If you're the type of runner that likes to have a really, really soft cushioning setup, because like, you know, there are some shoes like the Zoom Fly and like the Vapor Streets where they have a lot of compression, then I feel like it's a pretty good option. But if you don't like that, you like a more responsive type of runner, you probably shouldn't buy the shoe just for the purpose of running. And then here in the forefoot, I would say it's still insane, you know, especially around the edges of the cushion. There's a lot of compression. One thing I like about the 1.0 better though is that I can feel the TAICHI cushioning right underneath my foot a little bit more in the 1.0 for some reason. Maybe it's because I broke it in more and I've been wearing this for almost like a year, and maybe the swivel board is a little bit more broken in. But the 2.0, I can't feel the cushioning right underneath my foot as much as the 1.0. Like, you can still feel it, but just not as much as the 1.0. So that's just a little bit of a minor difference, not a huge difference, but still, if you want the crazier cushioning setup, go with the 2.0. And also you have a little bit of a plate here as well above the cushion. So in this colorway, it's orange, and it kind of reminds me of the Curry 7, if you guys see. Right? Pretty similar there. Now moving on to the upper, they're using a full-on knit basically throughout the entire upper. It reminds me of the Epic Reacts, and it's insane. So here in the toe box area, we have some ventilation holes, and it's it's incredible ventilation, right? So you do that, there's a crazy amount of airflow. Your foot is going to be well ventilated. It's not going to get hot all too much. And I guess for a little bit of durability, they did put some plastic, I guess kind of around the edge of the toe cap for extra added durability. You have some laces. There's really no eyelets. The laces go through the upper for the first 2 eyelets, and then it goes around this like circle thing. So as you guys can see, there's this plus or minus, and you would think that if you turn it, actually does spin. So like if you turn it, it would like tighten something. So I was like, oh, a new lacing system or something, right? But it doesn't do jack shit. I don't know why they added that. It really, like, if you turn it, doesn't do anything. All it does is you just lace the laces around this loop and then tighten it up. That's it. It doesn't do anything. So I don't know why they did that. Or maybe it has something to do with, like, you know, the tightening system on snowboard boots. Maybe they have it on the Chinese version, but then since there's like patent stuff in the US, they can't sell it in the US for some reason. So maybe that's it. I'm not 100% sure, because that's exactly what they did with the WOW 8. You know, the original WOW 8 in China had the actual system where you can tighten it and loosen it with the circle clip that you find on snowboard boots. But then in the American version, they were just like plastic eyelet holes. So basically in the midfoot where your tongue's supposed to be, it's a super stretchy knit. And then as far as the ankle area goes, there's not a lot of padding, maybe just a little bit, like right where your Achilles is. But other than that, not a whole lot of padding. And the opening opens up a lot. So you open it up, it's stretchy, you slide your foot in, you have this pronounced heel tab. It's super easy to slide your foot in, which I love. And it's one of those shoes, just like in the Peak TAICHI 1.0 and like the Ultra Boost, the Epic Reacts, where you don't have to worry about the laces. You know, the fit is good enough, which we'll get into. And it's just a shoe that you just like kind of just put on. You don't have to like unlace and then lace the shoe up. It's just a super convenient thing for me. And also another cool thing about this colorway specifically, there's 2 other colorways. There's a black and purple one, which I don't like as much, and then a triple white one, which I think is pretty cool. But this colorway specifically has like 3M threads throughout the entire upper, and it looks super sick. I actually really like it. So the quality of the knit is really nice. They did a great job. All right, moving on to the fit, it runs a little bit long. I went true to size for both of these shoes, and my foot literally goes right to the edge in the 1.0. The 2.0, it's a little bit long. There's a little bit of length, so I probably should have gone down half a size. So I would suggest going down half a size. And as far as the toe box goes, it's not as tight as I would like in the Ultra Boost or the Epic Reacts. With this nice of a knit, and it's actually quite stretchy here in the toe box, I like to have a very snug fit in the toe, because I like to have that, you know, stretch over my foot. And also because, you know, once you break this material in, it also stretches out a little bit, so the fit will get even looser. So I wish it was a little bit tighter. I'm not saying it's very loose in the toe box, but I would have liked it to be a little bit tighter. And then as far as width goes, I would say it's a normal width. It's actually a little bit wider than the TAICHI's. All right, moving on to the weight, I'd say around average maybe. Yeah, 12.52 ounces, so that's definitely average. That's actually pretty heavy for a running shoe though. So like Epic Reacts are like 7 or 8 ounces, Ultra Boosts are like 9 or 10 ounces. I see the original maybe a little bit lighter, I would say. Yeah, 10.72. So it is a little bit heavier. That's probably due to the fact that the cushion here in the heel is so big and chunky. I love it because I don't think any of the weight is coming from like the upper. The upper is super minimal and super thin. All right, moving on to the ventilation. Like I said, it is very good because the material is super thin. You have a lot of ventilation holes, so airflow is very good. So your foot basically is not going to get hot at all in the shoe. And as far as the aesthetics go, it's not that bad. I really like the upper design. I'm not a huge fan of this this plate, this plastic plate that like protrudes out here in the heel a lot. I don't like that, and I guess like the overall shape of the cushion here in the heel doesn't look too good to me. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's because it's white in this colorway. I don't know, but I feel like the 1.0 looks a little bit better as far as the overall design goes, but the 2.0 is not that bad. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So yeah, if you guys want an insanely comfortable shoe, and not only that, like this shoe has lasted me a long time and it's still comfortable. I can't believe how comfortable it is, even though I walk in it all the time. It's still great, you know, it didn't bottom out or anything. So obviously TAICHI is a pretty durable compound, and yeah, I would 100% recommend it. If you want a comfortable ass shoe for work, or just like walking, or even like light jogging or running, I would say it's pretty damn good. And I would say, in my opinion, this is one of the the most comfortable shoes that you can get right now. It's just as comfortable as far as the cushioning goes as the Presto Reacts, especially here in the heel, but it has a better material, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, that about wraps it up for this review. Again, if you guys want to get this or either of these shoes, I'll leave links below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next one.